Hey guys, welcome back to another Spy Family Sunday. Man, it feels like I haven't said that in a long time. And it's true. I think the last chapter came out at least a month and a half ago, so it has been a while. I was honestly starting to get a little worried with all of the delays, but I know that, with the movie coming out and the anime out, Indo Sensei has probably been swamped with a lot of stuff. So I don't fault him for that, but I am glad to be back. Yeah, I'm here to talk about chapter 88 of Spy Family. Again, if you're liking the content here, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. So this chapter focuses on Damien's relationship with Anya, and in the beginning of the chapter, he's contemplating a way to make it up to Anya for what happened during the hijacking incident. And he knows that she likes sweets, which is a good observation because it means that Damien actually pays attention to what Anya does in his own way. And so he's trying to figure out a way to give her a box of these really luxurious cookies that, only the highest of high people can get, basically showing her that there's a huge gap between himself and her. He plans on, trying to catch up with her before school starts, before his friends wake up, before Becky's there. Obviously that doesn't go to plan. He's like, oh, there's Anya, I can give her these sweets. I don't owe her anything, and then she'll leave me alone, which obviously that is never going to be the case because Anya has her own motivations. The Operation Friendship scheme to help her father. I mean, this chapter was hilarious because there's a lot of internal monologue, where Damien's like, oh, there she is, I can give it to her, but Becky shows up, and then Ewan and Emil show up, and he's like, I can't get any privacy, I can't show this to her, there's too many people. And so of course Anya's reading his mind, and she's like, cookies? She's like, hey, do you have something for me? And of course Damien's like, I don't have anything for you. Why would you think I have anything for you? And so the whole chapter is basically them trying to meet up to have this discussion. They're sending notes in class. Of course, Anya's handwriting is just completely illegible. And so she has Becky write the note, and Damien reads it. It looks very ominous and threatening. Meet me in the courtyard and come alone. And Damien's friends are like, oh my god, is this like a death threat? Damien's like, sure, I'll be there. He meets up with Anya. He has the bag of cookies behind his back, but his friends keep following him. So Ewan and Emil keep following them. Becky keeps following them. Damien's like, you guys don't need to come with me. This is just one-on-one. I can do this and be done with it. But nothing ever really goes his way. And so they're basically chased all over campus. When he gets Anya alone to give her these cookies, they're out of breath. They're like, God, why do they keep following us? They're really persistent. And for a moment, Damien's like, why am I going out of my way to do all of this for her? And he walks away, and he's like, I'm done with this. Anya grabs him, which, just sends his little heart to the sky. He's like, what do you want? Why are you grabbing me? Do you want to fight that badly? And, Anya's like, don't go. I don't want you to leave, parentheses, until you give me the cookies. Becky's like, oh, Anya, so bold. At this point, Master Henderson finds them because the bell has rung several times. And he's like, what are you guys doing in the hallway? The bell has rung. What do you have? I'm going to confiscate this. They get in trouble for being late to class. And so they have to write apology letters, and they're in Master Henderson's office. He makes some tea, and he's like, would you care to join me? And he's looking at the cookies that Damien brought. It's like, wow, these are really fancy cookies. And Damien says that, a member of my house brought them, and they're all eating the cookies and, enjoying the tea. And of course, Anya's like, oh, these are so good. And she's just on cloud nine. And Damien's like, I hope you understand that this makes us even. I don't owe you anything. And Anya's just completely oblivious to this. Damien starts thinking about the cookies, and he's talking with Jeeves, and it turns out that his mother, Melinda, is actually the one that got him the cookies. And he was like, Mom did. And so he's surprised because, when it comes to Damien and his family, they're very isolated. So whenever his parents show him signs of affection, it's kind of like this big deal for him, which is actually pretty sad. And so he finds out that his mother got him the cookies and that she wanted Damien to give them to Anya because she wants them to be closer, to be friends. It was just a really cute chapter. One thing that I have noticed with Indo Sensei is that there is story progression. It's just very subtle. Anya obviously wants to be friends with Damien for the sake of the mission. But I think on some level, both of them are coming to terms with the fact that, hey, we actually want to be friends. We're just not at the point of admitting that truthfully. The chapter sort of ends with them coming to that realization, because Damien's like, I thought you wanted to fight. But if you didn't want to fight, then why did you agree to come with me alone? They basically come to that realization like, oh, we actually kind of like each other and kind of want to be friends. And so, Anya's like, oh, that creeped me out and I definitely don't want to be friends with you. And Damien's like, you don't get to reject me before I reject you. And then Mr. Henderson is like, both of you, silence. He basically scolds them again, and that's where the chapter ends. I find it fascinating that it coincides with this week's episode of Spy Family. I do apologize for not being able to review that. It was cute, I loved it, but the episode mainly focused on Damien and his friendship with Emil and Ewan. I think on that note, since we're getting a lot of focus on Damien, maybe this next arc will be more about the Desmonds. Maybe we'll start focusing on Melinda and Desmond and Demetrius and sort of just learning a little bit more about the Desmond family. I don't know. It's hard to predict what's going to happen in the next chapter, but I feel like that might be the direction Endo's going. We will have to see. But it was a cute chapter, so I'm looking forward to chapter 89. Hopefully we will start diving into the next arc of what Operation Strix is going to be. So yeah, thank you again for listening to my review of chapter 88. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, remember to be awesome and stay true.